Hey, this is Halie Loren, and I wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what it takes to make an album from start to finish as an independent artist. Specifically, what it's taken to make my newest album, Butterfly Blue. It always starts for me with the choice of songs, and sometimes what I end up doing is I find a couple of things that I really love that I absolutely have to have, and then the rest is sort of built around that idea, and that was kind of the case with Butterfly Blue. I'm a songwriter as well as an interpreter of songs, and my original song, Butterfly, I felt like had this power to describe exactly what I was going through at a specific time in my life. I just felt like this is the song, this is the one that I need to pay attention to when I'm crafting the rest of this album and sort of figure the rest out from there. As long as this is on there, I'm good. So when this song selection part is done, even though that's kind of an ongoing process throughout the making of the album, there's the actual recording that takes place, which is a really fun part because I get to call up some of my friends who are incredibly talented musicians, and they get to come in and play these songs and bring them into being. My co-producer Matt and I then take the pieces that we get, and we kind of have to figure out what works, what doesn't work. But as the producer, I get to be involved with every part of the process, which is always just so amazing because I get to see other people's talent unfold in the process of making these songs happen. So on Boulevard of Broken Dreams, which is a song that I've performed for 15 years, we wanted to do something new with it, but we were sort of grasping at straws. We decided just to try some ideas, and I hit record. The first take that we did of a more soulful way to play the song, and it ended up being the magic track, the magic take that we couldn't not use. And so it's very raw in so many ways. It's kind of fluctuates a little bit in tempo and just has this sort of loose feeling, but we could not replicate it.
Take a kiss without regret, so they forget their broken dreams.
At some point during the process, I get to record my vocals, which is really fun for me. Yep, it's recording. When I get to sing in the studio, it's, I feel like finally it's my time to really do the thing that I know most how to do. Sometimes it's very emotional, like I'm journaling out loud, as weird as that sounds. I feel like I'm tapping into things in order to evoke an emotion, and I'm tapping into things that are really real for me in order to make the song feel real.
I never felt so old, so ready to fold it all down, so at home on the cold hard ground. I'm not chasing the sun no more. How I love that light, but it don't help when the nights get long. I'm too tired to right all the wrongs I must have done to end up so far gone.
One of my guilty pleasures as a musician is playing the tambourine. I know. I love it. It's just so kinetic and celebratory, and I got to play tambourine on several songs on this album, and that was a really proud moment for me. So the recording happens, the songs are on the computer, and then the mixing happens. The mixing process involves using the recording software to kind of structure the song how you want it to sound with all the different instruments in layers and deciding where those layers belong in the grand scheme of things. That happens, and that involves lots and lots of hours of listening. It's such a labor of love that it requires a lot of hard work and really long hours. I mean, fueled by 3 pots of coffee and 6 kombuchas. And it's a very massive editing process that can sometimes be so rewarding and sometimes just be so incredibly frustrating and lots of work. As an independent artist, I get to take the liberty of also dabbling in graphic design by doing the cover art for my own projects, which is really fun for me. I got to meet up with the fabulous Bob Williams, photographer, and we did a bunch of images, and I got to choose possibilities for the cover and for the rest of the design, and then kind of got to take off from there. It was a lot of fun. I always really enjoy that part of the process. I always bring like 12,000 outfits, and I end up using 2 every single photo shoot. So with Butterfly Blue, which is a lot about this theme of being broken and then healing, there's something about that really was evocative of this kind of abandoned building. You know, it's falling apart, but it's still really beautiful. And you can make something gorgeous out of this, you know, dilapidated space.
Look out the door again for me, because it's just lighting you up nice and beautiful.
After the album is all finished, then it gets distributed. It goes up on iTunes, it goes up on Amazon Prime, it goes, you know, up on my website. It's then my role to help promote it, which I really enjoy doing because I really believe in it. And I get to go on radio shows, I get to interview with different blogs, with different newspapers. It's kind of fun, you know, to be able to talk about something that is really important to me.
It is, lots of adjectives in there, indeed. Welcome to Korea, I guess I have to say.
Thank you very much.
You just arrived.
And that's sort of how I made an album. I really hope that you enjoy Butterfly Blue.
We hold the whole